This is my Samsung A23 that had a meeting with water and the outcome wasn't good. I'm just going to do a short video on how I found the phone and what the symptoms were, in case anyone has something similar. I won't be doing a strip down or rebuild because there's plenty on YouTube professionals doing it. I did look at all that and I found it very helpful. And now the symptoms were that it fell into the water and I dried it off, took it home, left it for about an hour, turned it on and she came on. Now it did have a notification to say shut down due to overheating. Made a phone call and everything was okay, and then a notification came up again to say overheating, cooling down. And that went on for a short while and then blank screen and nothing more. I did all the knacks of pressing the start button and the down button key and all that, but nothing. I opened it up, looked at a few YouTube videos. With the naked eye I couldn't find anything wrong with this motherboard or with this, I didn't even know the terms then, this charging port. It all looked okay. Could find nothing wrong. Now there was a bit of moisture here on that when I opened it up. So I used a hairdryer to dry everything off, but same thing, nothing. I would hear a little bit of a hum, alright, and that was it, as if it was trying to start, but nothing. So I dismantled it again, but I found when I had it assembled that the volume up and down key was a bit strange, and then when I opened it up, I don't know if you can see it there, like little silver contacts fell off of this one. So what happened is the plastic button wasn't fully home, and when I pressed it, snapped fit, it just sheared it off. So that was a bit of a bummer. And I paid $256 for this about a year and a half ago. I mean, some people think that's not much money for a phone, but to me it was a big investment. The other thing I found out by going through YouTube is that there are indicators. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little white strip there that if there's water up around the motherboard, that will change colour. So the fact that that's still white is a good sign for the motherboard, and I can't find anything wrong with the motherboard. I bought this digital microscope some time ago. A bit disappointed with it, really. I wanted something where, if I wanted to, to read small print or stuff like that. I didn't realise when I set it up that it's really only for looking at things like coins or stamps or jewellery or that sort of stuff. So I put it away and classified it as another one of those impulse buys. A few days later I thought about it and I said, you know what, I'll just have a look at the components of the phone to see would it show up anything. And my goodness, I was surprised what it showed up on the charging board, and I will now attach a few photographs I took by just clicking this one that was attached to the phone to show what I couldn't see with the naked eye or with the magnifying glass. With that in mind, I started looking for, I now know the name, charging board. This thing was, for the short period was working, there was a sort of a strip down here of a different shade, which started to get wider as it went on. And I took that to be water inside the screen or moisture. Gaining further knowledge, I then realised that there's a difference between the 4G and the 5G for these components. I wouldn't have thought there was for charging board, but I have a 4G and I think this is called a 235F, whereas the 5G is something like 236, it could be a U. So I had to search for a G4 charging and a G4 screen. Locally, they seem to be nearly all 5G. I saw on Amazon they had a 4G screen for about €40, but I couldn't anywhere locate a 4G charging board. They were all 5G, were all advertised. So I googled and AliExpress came up. They had both 4G and 5G, so for €12 delivered they had this charging board. I then looked, and for the screen, they had the screen for 4G for €14, but with the frame attached, €17. So for an extra €3 I would have the full frame, and also hopefully new contacts, and it would be a lot simpler to assemble. You know, it won't matter putting battery and motherboard and charging into it. So that's where I am now. Parts have arrived. We'll have a look at them. And the charging board. I hope it's new and not taken off something else. Well packaged, and a small little kit, tool kit. I could have done with that at the start. The new screen and frame didn't come with everything. Okay, I knew it wasn't going to come with a vibration piece, or I think they call that a speaker, so that's fair enough. But this didn't. This pink strip didn't come with it, so I had to transfer that from the old one. The white strip here for moisture didn't come, and these little pieces here, trying to put them down there with a bit of adhesive, not easy. They didn't come. That small one there didn't come, and trying to put it down, and a small gasket there around. So there was quite a few bits missing, and of course it didn't come with the switch. I had my suspicions because the image on their site showed that. And I said, why would you do that unless you're covering something up? Whereas others would show the whole lot. So I went away and ordered a separate switch, just not to be waiting. But I had a feeling there was going to be no switch, the volume switch. So I think we're nearly ready now to just check things over and put it together. And fingers crossed, €17. Too good to be true. Where have I heard that statement before? We'll see. I plugged her into a power bank, and it looks good. She's charging. Oh, 96%. I didn't know what the battery was at, but that part is good anyway. Here we go. Hold, press and hold. Oh, Samsung, I haven't seen you for a while. Good to see you again. Will you stay with me? I'm sure there's a song about that. Oh, it takes a while, I know. Yeah. What date we have? Oh, dates will have to be set, but looks like we're sucking diesel again. Right, I have a SIM card in now, and she's just went into Google there, and everything seems to be working away. And we have all the yeah. So it looks good. I have the elastic bands on it now for, they say, 24 hours. Working anyway. What did it cost me? Oh, was it €29? But I had to get that extra switch from Lithuania. That was 13, so what's that? €42. Extra, I had to buy the sealant and the solvent. But there again, they'll have a lot of uses. That's a general purpose sealant, and solvent will always come in handy. So 42, we'll call it somewhere between 45 and €50. It was nice to have something to do winter time. To look up YouTube and getting it back up and running again. This is the first time anything I touched electronic came back to life again, so hopefully it'll stay running. So that's it. I'll say bye for now.